Hey dude, what you doing?
Oh, hi Nerdwayne. Oh, I'm just doing the usual, playing some video games. Wondering if it was actually such a good idea to create a bunch of clones of myself and have them live here with me.
Aw, come on! You love having us here! Kind of. I mean, you know, little bit. Anyway, I was just wondering if you wanted to get hyped for the new Star Wars movie with me by watching our favorite, Empire Strikes Back.
Well, it seems a little early for that, but hey, if Empire's involved, I'm game.
Awesome!
We're, jumping ahead a little bit, don't you think?
Well, isn't this the stuff we wanted to see anyway?
Well, sure, I want to see it, but I need build-up, dude. Setting, tone, atmosphere. That's what makes everything else so much better. It's like a title screen in a video game.
Well, what's so special about those?
Well, let's find out.
What's in a title screen? Well, quite a bit, actually. This is the first impression a player gets of a game when they boot it up for the first time. And it's the title screen's job to establish setting, tone, and sometimes the plot of a game before you even press start. These get overlooked a lot. So today I'd like to take some time to list my top 10 favorite title screens in games. There's a couple of ground rules here. These can only be from games that I've played, only one per franchise, and they have to have a good blend of music, visuals, and tone setting. Also, the order of the title screens on this list do not reflect the actual quality of the games, meaning that just because one game is higher on this list than another doesn't mean I think the whole game is better, though there may be something to be said about it. Without any further delay, let's get started. Number 10. Super Mario World. We're starting things off with one of the most fun games in Mario's library, and this title screen does a good job of showing off what kind of fun you'll be having. It shows you how to do some simple things like running and jumping, and even how to ride and use Yoshi. The music in the background is charming and welcoming, and lets you know that you're in for a treat with this game. I debated between this and the title screen of Super Mario Bros. 3, but once all the assets were taken into consideration, Super Mario World ended up taking the cake. Number 9. Yeah, you hear that? That's the sound of adventure, time travel, singing robots, and giant alien bugs trying to destroy the world. Oh, Chrono Trigger. My attention is instantly captured whenever I hear that pendulum swing. I get pumped for the adventure ahead whenever I see that title pop up. My heart beats in sync with the beat of the music, which I should probably get checked out now that I think about it. Now, the other reason I'm putting this so low on the list is because it doesn't do as much as the other entries to tell people something about the story and atmosphere, though it still deserves mention because it really lets you know that you're about to embark on something epic. Pardon the pun. Or don't. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. This isn't to say anything bad about the game, of course, because it's absolutely fantastic. But that's a discussion for another time. Number 8. Final Fantasy VI. Or, 3. Whatever. Let's rewind to the mentality of a person playing this game for the first time in America. When this was the first time we saw a Final Fantasy game feel like things were really getting hardcore. People weren't prepared. They weren't ready. They didn't know. I like to think that the amazing music in the background is reflective of the main villain, Kefka. It's dark, powerful, and demands attention. Mix that with some rather impressive graphic work for the time, and we get something truly beautiful. And it gets us ready to embark on an adventure to once again discover the magic of Final Fantasy. I don't see anything. Is the video broken? Do me a favor real quick. Go ahead and check your settings and... Whoa! There it is! Jak and Daxter. This is the first game on the list not from the Super Nintendo, and it really wants you to know what it is. It literally bursts onto the screen and the world breaks free and shows itself off to you. The music is fantastic, and I love the way it shifts as the title screen remains on screen. My favorite part of the title screen, though, is the way it moves around the world, showing you what's waiting to be explored, letting you know what's in store, and putting things just out of your reach so you have to play the game to get them. It's nearly perfect, and the only complaint I could think of is that it seems a little bit like it might be trying to stroke its own ego. Like the stuff in the game, like ego. It's, you know, it's like a little play on words. Good Lord, Trail, look what you've turned me into! Number 6. Oh, I'm sorry. I almost didn't want to talk because I didn't want to stop hearing that fantastic music. I mean, seriously, just listen to that. It's so smooth, so beautiful. It creates a good sense of wonder and fantasy. The best thing you can do for a game like this. Sure, Secret of Mana had some issues. Some pretty big issues, but come on. You can't deny that this title screen really makes you want to play the game, or at least give it a shot. And that's a success in my book. Number 5. Okay, so this one is stretching it just a little bit because this is technically the cinematic that plays before the actual title screen, but I would say that the transition from the cinematic to the title screen is fluid and feels connected enough to the title screen to count. Now, personally, my favorite Pokemon generation is actually Gen 2, Silver, Gold, and Crystal. But there is absolutely nothing else that makes me so badly want to explore the world of Pokemon, make life-lasting friendships, battle, capture, and just everything! This title screen is just dripping with fun and adventure, and invites you on a journey to be the very best, like no one ever was or will be. Number 4. That mask. That creepy little mask. Just seeing that thing fills me with excitement and dread. Showing it off was the perfect way to start off the game sharing its haunting name. The Zelda series has seen some absolutely fantastic title screens, but this! The title screen of Majora's Mask shows you the mask that will cause so much pain in this game, and then gives us a glimpse at the Lord of Creepy Smiles and Uneasiness himself, the Happy Mask Salesman. Then it gives you a little tour of Clocktown, shows off some characters, plays some soothing music, and gives us a chance to let the place sink in before showing us what we'll be fighting against when the camera pans over to Skull Kid, looking up at the face of death, the moon. And that's when you know that this is an adventure unlike the others, and you're gonna have to pull together all your strength to save this world from a most terrible fate. Number 3. Music is a powerful thing, and the title screen of Batman Arkham City has some of the best music I've heard in my life. The way the notes rise and fall and eventually swell into that beautiful theme is all you need to know that this is a huge step up from the first Arkham outing. Music isn't all that counts here. If it was, Skyrim would have gotten a spot but no amount of playing the anthem of the Dragonborn, even if it does sound quite glorious, can distract me from the fact that the title screen for that game is unbearably lazy. For Arkham City, we get some crazy cool stylized images of Batman being Batman, and Batman is awesome because...
Never mind. I already know what you're gonna... Because I'm Batman.
Number 2. Remember Metroid? Yeah, that was one of the first games designed for consoles to make you feel uncomfortable, alone, in danger. It was simplistic, surely, but even to this day, that title screen is very effective. But there was one game in the series that really took this idea to the next level. Do we get thrown into the midst of space all of a sudden? No. We're shown dead bodies of scientists sprawled on the floor, moody lighting, and the small cry from the baby Metroid. And then finally, it shows us the title of the game, and it plays that oh so classic music. It's insanely effective, and I love how Nintendo tapped into the horror inspirations behind the series here. I mean, all you really need is that awesome music and some good spacey background to get things to feel awesome. I mean, even Metroid Other M was able to pull that off. You know, until you beat the game once and you're forced to listen to that crappy music every time you boot up the game, no matter what you do! But Super Metroid didn't settle for that and gave us one of the creepiest and most iconic images in gaming history. Number 1. I absolutely could not find a way to justify putting this entry anywhere on the list other than in the top spot. The music, the gorgeous visuals, the mystery, the landscape, just everything. What I adore about this screen is just how simple yet effective it is. It tells you so little about the game the first time you see it, but it gets you interested, and oh, that beautiful music. I fell in love with this game the first time I saw this screen, but now that I've actually seen what the game has to offer, it means so much more. And other people who have seen what I have seen probably know exactly what I'm talking about. It's so beautiful, so meaningful, and you know what? I would dare say it's perfect. And I know that every time I hear that song, every time I see that sunset, that sword sticking out of the ground, I'll be remembering one of the most amazing adventures I've experienced in a game to this day.
There. Now do you see what I mean? Wait, what? Were you listening to any of that? Yes. No, you weren't. No, I wasn't. Yeah, okay. Where are you going? Somewhere else. Oh, that's hot. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my first top 10 video. I haven't done this before, so I'm still trying to figure out how exactly I want to do everything and see how it can improve in the future. If you liked it, go ahead and let me know. Maybe leave a like or a comment. Maybe subscribe if you want to see more. If you don't like it, go ahead and tell me why. Without, being a total jerk about it. That would be cool. Thanks again, everybody. I'll see you next time.